What an exciting morning we are having. Star Wars Celebration in Japan is going on right now, and I woke up to some crazy exciting news. And I want to I'm not going to go through all of it, but I'm going to go through the major points and my thoughts on them. So, the first big thing that I woke up to was the announcement of Star Wars Starfighter, the new movie directed by Shawn Levy, and it is starring Ryan Gosling. Now, I gotta admit, I'm a little mixed. I'm not trying to be pessimistic right from the start. That's not it. So don't click away. See, my very first memory ever was Star Wars. Okay, hold on. My very first memory was Star Wars, but it was me jamming a VHS copy of Cats and Dogs and the DVD of Phantom Menace into the VHS player because I had just gained consciousness and my mom was yelling me to get in the car to go to daycare. But after that, the second memory I have is being at daycare and putting together a Star Wars puzzle of the original theatrical poster. But the third memory I have was my dad picking me up from daycare, and he had a yellow plastic bag in the car, and I opened it up, and it was the PS2 game Star Wars Starfighter. And that game is sick. I always go back, like every once in a while, I go back to it, play it again. It's still so much fun. So when I saw that title, I was hyped. But then right after that, I saw that it's going to be a post-sequel trilogy story. Okay. And I knew Shawn Levy was going to be a part of that, so this isn't really new, but I'm not excited about that part. Shawn Levy has made some very fun movies, so if we're just going on entertainment alone, I'm sure this is going to be a great time. We're going to have so much fun with this movie. But his movies usually kind of lack any real depth to them. They are popcorn flicks through and through. And usually it's been that straight to Netflix feeling, like just like check in, turn off your brain, and sit back, maybe play on your phone. I wouldn't do that, but that's the kind of movie he's churned out lately. Even Deadpool and Wolverine, super fun time. One of my best experiences in the movie theater last year. Not really that good of a movie. And Ryan Gosling. Who doesn't love Ryan Gosling? You probably thought I was going to say me, but no, I do. Everybody loves him. La La Land is one of my favorite movies. I think he is one of, maybe not like one of the greatest actors we have now, but definitely one of the most charismatic and one of the most enjoyable. And I have no problem with his casting per se, but I worry that it's going to take us out of the experience. One of the things about Star Wars is it's usually always led by unknowns. There's always been like the big name stars that appear in the movie, especially since Disney has taken control of it. But usually, and this is, unfortunate for the actors that are looking for work afterwards, but they are kind of stuck in the movie. When you see Mark Hamill, when you see Carrie Fisher, like, oh, Star Wars. Even with Hayden Christensen, there's a lot more to it than that, but he is Star Wars. Ewan McGregor, he's had a very successful career, but he is Star Wars because that's kind of what established him in the mainstream. Now it feels like the Jack Black stepping into Mandalorian, where it's like, oh, that's just a celebrity guest in Star Wars. Now, he is a really great actor, so, maybe he'll blow me away, and I am very hopeful he will. I'm not going into this being pessimistic. I think, I'm only sharing these because I think these are very valid discussions to have, we'll say. Next up, the next thing I saw was the Mandalorian and Grogu. More is being shown about it. There were a few stills released. Sigourney Weaver's in that. I'm excited about that. She's definitely not as big name anymore as Ryan Gosling, but for me, growing up with her, she's still, Ellen Ripley and Dana from Ghostbusters. She's big in my mind. But it will be interesting seeing her in this movie. I do think it's odd that we haven't seen the trailer publicly yet. It has been released, it's been like a year, I think, since the last celebration that audiences did see the trailer. So it does exist. It did leak. And I know we're a year away, but since the trailer exists, I wonder why they're not sharing it publicly yet. I still have not seen season 3 of Mandalorian. I'll get to it. I don't have that much interest in that show anymore. Loved the first season, really enjoyed the second one, saw enough of the third to be like, that's probably not for me. But obviously it's a Star Wars movie. I will be seeing it in theaters as soon as possible, so I'll check out season 3, and again, hopefully I'm wrong about its quality, and maybe I will love it. Who knows? But the next thing, the biggest news we got, which I am so stoked for, is a Darth Maul TV show. I cannot wait for this. Look, I am one of the few that actually really enjoyed Solo. I just watched again recently, and I was like, I feel good. I feel good watching this. This is a good sense of adventure. I love the visuals of it. I do think it's a very pretty movie. And I love that cliffhanger of Darth Maul. I did things, my body reacted in certain ways that I cannot say on YouTube when I first saw him in theaters, standing up and ignite his lightsaber. That mixture of Ray Park's physical appearance and Sam Witwer's voice was just so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. And I was very disappointed with the reception to the movie and that we didn't get to see that storyline follow through. We've had this very awkward jump from the ending of Clone Wars, where he gets away free, to this very brief moment in Solo where he's, the Kingpin again, to him wandering alone in the desert with Ezra, trying to find Ben Kenobi. There's so much story there, and I'm so glad we are finally getting it. What's looking like, based on that alone, his rise and fall in the crime empire. It's going to be sick. I cannot wait. This is going to be an animated show, probably similar to Clone Wars style. Oh, my one hope for it is that they go all out. I hope that it's a little bit more mature. I know it will probably still be, appropriate for families, but I really hope they push the boundaries with the intensity of this show. If any Star Wars story deserves a leaning toward an R rating, it's Maul. It's 100% Maul, and I really hope they do the story justice. I think they will. Darth Maul has definitely been one of Dave Filoni's priorities with characters, so I think this is going to be sick. If I did have any actual concerns, any real pessimism with these announcements, it's just kind of wondering, will we actually see these projects? Mando and Grogu, I know we will. It's already shot. It's just, post-production now at this point. But Disney really does have a horrible track record of announcing Star Wars projects and dropping them. Star Wars Starfighter might just be their second attempt at a Rogue Squadron movie, which Patty Jenkins was supposed to direct until Wonder Woman 84 was absolutely terrible, and she got fired. Damn, 20 canceled movies and shows. All right. Rangers of the New Republic with Gina Carano. The Game of Thrones directors were going to have their own trilogy. That turned out well for everybody. The Kevin Feige movie. No word on that. Damien Lindelof was supposed to get a movie or some kind of project. Rian Johnson's trilogy. That's ever going to happen. Yeah, we're not seeing that ever. Taika Waititi's Star Wars project. I'm pretty sure after Love and Thunder, they quietly shoved that to the side. And then with Time Bandits, that's definitely not going to happen. There was also a Droid Story, Lando TV show. That's not going to happen. But yeah, so I'm cautious. All right, so that's the Star Wars news for today. Let me know what you think. If you are as excited as I am, I hope this wasn't too negative. I don't want to be those Star Wars channels that's just like, oh, Star Wars sucks now. It doesn't. Not all of it. Some of it does. I'll try to be very fair on that when I talk about Star Wars. Some of it does suck. But I'm optimistic with this news. So let's see what happens.